Welcome, all my friends. Dr. Mandell here. We are here with another fun evening on this side of the world or morning on the other side of the world. And we are here streaming live. Beautiful chatters out there. I want to thank you so much for letting me see your beautiful names. I recognize many of them. I expect a big turnout here. Why? Because this is something that we do all day and night. For those around the world, you can understand that without sleep, we are going to have lots of issues. But what I will do, I will invite those people who would like to come up on the platform with me. I will put the address out there in a chat with you, but I will get you in a little while because I want to really move on this program real quick because there are lots of people who need this information. Now, here's my strategy. My strategy first is I'm going to talk about the downside is if you don't sleep. Then I'm going to talk about the best sleeping positions. And then I'm going to go into some nutrition with you, some herbs and things you can do to get to sleep to make you sleep better. Sound like a fair game, right? All right, give me a thumbs up for that one. I want to say hello to all of our chatters out there from all around the world, from Hong Kong to Singapore to all the way out in New Zealand to Africa. But we'll come to you a little later. First, let me go ahead and talk about the downsides of sleeping. That if we don't get enough sleep, not only do we have problems using our brain and focusing, but it can lead to other accidents. It's known that many accidents on the road are known to be directly tied into those who do not get enough sleep. Now, sleep deprivation is a very serious condition. And I realize that many of us do not get enough sleep because we're busy. We have 2 jobs. We have responsibilities. But I just want you to understand this. It can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart problems, heart arrhythmias. It can lead to metabolic syndrome. Remember, the purpose and the reason why we sleep is so our cells can repair and heal. They don't heal when we're up and awake. They need to repair, and that's why we sleep. So, men, I have bad news for you if you're not sleeping. The studies show in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism that sleep apnea is directly, or sleep, which we'll talk about sleep or sleep apnea. The same thing. If you're not getting enough sleep, I say sleep apnea as well, because I will get to that in a second, a little bit later. If you're not getting enough sleep, it's directly tied into low testosterone. So here you are losing your drive and wondering why. Yes, vitamin D is extremely important, the nutrients, as well as having a good, proper diet. But I will tell you that if you're not getting enough sleep, your testosterone levels are going to drop. And your doctor will not tell you that. But I'm telling you right now, that is the 100% truth. Depression is linked into insomnia. It's just, they go hand in hand. This affects portions of the brain. If you're lacking sleep, it's going to affect your skin. Why? Because your stress hormone cortisol is going to increase off the wall. And cortisol will break down skin collagen. And that's the protein that keeps your skin smooth and elastic. So if you're getting those circles, you notice that you're aging quicker, that's because you're not sleeping, because cortisol is eating up your collagen. So the next thing I would tell you to do is add more collagen if you notice this has happened to you. Sleep loss will actually cause less human growth hormone. So people who talk about, I can't develop my muscles, I can't, I feel weak. I feel tired all the time. I'm not really developing like I should because you are probably lacking growth hormone because lack of sleep. If you ever notice you're real forgetful, which we all are, realize that our short-term memory and our memories all work with the hippocampus to the neocortex in our brain. And that will affect your forgetfulness. We notice we're just kind of real forgetful when we don't get enough sleep. Losing sleep, unfortunately, is directly tied into obesity. What happens is when we lack sleep, our ghrelin levels, which stimulate hunger, and our leptin levels signals the satiety in the brain, it goes opposite. The ghrelin levels go off the wall high and the leptin levels go extremely low, and that craves us to eat more. We're always hungry, and we're usually going to crave the sugars and the high fattening foods, which is going to make us obviously gain more weight. So there's a direct correlation between lack of sleep and high ghrelin levels. And ghrelin will give you the urge to eat more, out of your control. Remember, it's a hormone. Hormones control you. And we do know unfortunately, that there is a increased risk of sickness and death for those due to cardiovascular problems, those who do not have enough sleep. So I first wanted to mention that. I think that's really important. Now, what I will do is let's head for a couple of the banners. And I'm going to repeat a few things to make sure I saturate it into your brain that you really understand the foundation. I'm going to hit on a little bit of different things, but I'm going to try to cover as much as I can as quick as possible. If you look here, the top, we need support under the knees. That helps the lordotic curve. It helps the psoas muscles. It causes the opening of the space where the intervertebral foramen, the nerve comes out of. As well, if you look under the back, some people under the lower back who have an excessive sway back, this will actually help you. But if you look at the difference of the neck, which we'll be going into in just a second a little bit more with you, we need to support that lumbar, that cervical curve in the neck. If our head is propped too much forward or too backwards, let's go on here, and I'm just going to keep moving around. If it's propped up too high, or again, if you're on your side on the lower one and it's propped up too high that way, it's going to cause problems. Remember, you have nerves that come out of the neck. These nerves go into the arm, into the hand, to the fingers. They go to the chest. They go between the shoulder blades. Now, if your head is propped in a position like this for hours, yes, you can be encroaching or narrowing the space or the hole, which is called the IVF, the intervertebral foramen. That's where the nerve comes through. So if you're compressing and irritating the nerves, as well as the ligaments, tendons, the muscles, you're going to have that contracture. You're going to wake up with a stiff neck or potentially have tingling or numbness or pain radiating to a different area. We call it radiculopathy. So I want you to get in the habit, keep it real simplistic, because I'm going to keep it easy for you. As if you're sitting up right now like me, or you're standing up, you need to make sure the ears are in line with the rest of the shoulder here. You don't want your head forward head posture. You don't want it way back. You don't want it propped up too high or propped up too low. Let's head for the next one. Here, another thing is our mattress. Now, how many people out there like sleeping on something hard like the floor? Well, guess what? That probably is one of the best areas to sleep on, but I will not tell you to sleep there. I sleep in a bed as well. Look to the left. Good sleeping position. See the spine all the way up top on the left. That's the way it should be. It's supposed to be in line. The mattress is too soft, we develop a concave curve. If it's too soft when we're on our stomach, you can see it starting to become like an S curve. And if it's too soft when we're propped up, we're not keeping our spine in line. If you look to the right, all the way up on the top, that's the way our spine should be. And the X's are no-nos. So the second one to the right up on top, and the third and the fourth to the right are all no-nos. You can see how the head is propped down, propped up, and if you're on your stomach, it's just not a good position. I'll go over that in just a second. So realize pillows have a lot to do with it. There's no magic pillow. Don't waste your money buying expensive pillows. It's a bunch of crud. All you have to do is make sure that the pillow is doing the job. If it's keeping your spine in line, you're going to do fine and you're not going to have problems. There's a lot of people out there trying to get you to choose to spend your hard-earned dollars to spend money on their pillows. Now look again. I'm repeating it because I want you to get this really brainwashed deep in your brain. Look at the neck. The neck must be in line, and there's no magic answer. You must keep that neck in line. It's going to do wonders for your spine, and it's going to prevent a lot of problems. Those people who already have underlying neck conditions. All right. Now, if you ask me one of the best positions, it's on your back on the floor. Okay, but here is the problem though. When you're on your back, your head has a tendency to drop backwards. It will bring your tongue backwards. And what that does, that can lead to sleep apnea. And when you have sleep apnea, because your tongue is in the way of your airway, that can lead to lots of conditions. You can see right here. When you're not sleeping, this can affect the headaches, your lungs, your breathing, your impotency, obesity, drowsiness, fatigue, hypertension. This is all directly tied into it. And you're saying, wow, so instead of just looking for that magic herb or trying to figure out, why you're having your problems, go to sleep first. Look at sleep. Sleep is the most important thing over food because you can exercise, you can meditate, you can drink all the water in the world, you can have all the great nutrition, but if you're not sleeping, your body can't repair. Remember, repair is the most important thing for our body. That's what allows everything to happen with each other. All the organs, all the tissues, all the glands. So I know I'm moving quick because I want to move quick. I want you to really understand this. Tips for better sleep. Now, you may not be able to read this, but I'm going to go through a couple of things with you. Drinking alcohol, fatty foods before you go to bed. It's good to relax with soothing music. Be careful with too much blue light. Drinking warm water has been known to be very helpful. Chamomile tea, which I'm going to tell you, keeping the temperature very low is great. Taking a nice hot shower, hot bath is excellent. Try not to think so much about when you have to wake up. Set an alarm. And you need to cut down on the light. Light affects melatonin in the brain. When melatonin is not being secreted from the pineal gland of the brain, it's going to affect your circadian rhythm. So the key thing is, the best advice for all of you, and I do it, I don't know, you can't see it here, but I put tinfoil on my window. I can't look out of my window, but no one out there can look through my window. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, it's just like 10 at night in my bedroom. And that's what's going to allow you to sleep well. All right. So you really need that darkness. It's really important. Here are some rules of healthy sleeping. You can go back to this. This is just a little quick overview, some being repetitive, making sure you're having the right pillow, making sure that it's nice and cool, reading a book, taking an evening walk, relaxing music. I like meditation, deep breathing. Things you should not do, the bright light, taking stress to bed with you, working out too late at night before you go to bed, drinking any type of stimulant like coffee, even sometimes tea, heavy foods, heavy fats is no. Those horror and television programs that get you wound up, no. And again, alcohol and smoking, you want to stay away from that because that will really cause your whole internal system to be thrown off. Sleeping, the key thing now, when you sleep, you want to sleep on your back or your side. You want to make sure, okay, that when you're on your side, you want to put a pillow between the knees. Keep the knees slightly bent. I don't like when you bring the knees all the way up, because when you bring the knees all the way up, it affects your lung capacity. So you can try it later. Bring your knees up and try taking a deep breath. Your lungs are going to be restricted. Your ribs are going to be restricted. The intercostal muscles between the ribs will be restricted. You need to open it up like a vacuum. You need to breathe from your diaphragm, not your chest. When you breathe well, like you meditate or just want to take deep breathing exercises through your nose, blow it out of your mouth. Try to focus breathing from the diaphragm, from your belly, not from the chest. The majority of the people breathe from the chest because when you're stressed, when you're anxious, it's very difficult to breathe from the diaphragm unless you're very conscientious of that. So when you're on your back, put a pillow underneath the knees. Doesn't show you here, but I like the knees bent. When you're on your side, put a pillow between the knees. Now, if you're on your stomach, you must use a very low little pillow, or maybe not a pillow. The pillow cannot be high. If you're on your stomach and you put your pillow up high, it's really going to cause the head to go into an extension or a lateral flexion and extension. It's not good for the spine. When you're on your side, find that right thickness of pillow. I don't care if it's $8 pillow or a $5 pillow or if it's a $100 pillow. You do not need an expensive pillow. All you want to do is make sure that your neck is in line with your spine, not propped up, not propped down. Just like on your back, you don't want your head propped up because it's going to cause problems. It's going to affect the back of the tongue. That's going to go back to the throat. And if you're sleeping by yourself or no one is near you, you're going to have apnea. You're going to have less oxygen going into the lungs. For example, when you wake up, you may not even know that you're having problems sleeping, but you may wake up tired. You may wake up sluggish. You may wake up with headaches because you're not getting the full amount of oxygen into your lungs. Your body is overly working because it's not working optimally. So I just want you to be aware of that. So if you're sleeping, if you're a stomach sleeper, I advise you to try to get off onto your side if possible. I know it's difficult, but you need to try because sleeping on your stomach is going to restrict the ability of your lungs to expand. You're going to limit oxygen into your lungs. You're going to limit oxygen, which is life, into the cells of your body, and you're going to wake up tired. If you're on your stomach, I would also recommend to take a pillow, put it underneath your lower abdomen, your upper hips. What that will do is that will take that lordosis out of your low back, and it will help bring it out, and it will become a lot easier on your back muscles. Okay, so you may want to try that as well. Now, what we'll do is I'm going to go for the herbs and tell you some things that you can do to get you to sleep better. But I will go ahead and go to the chat room here, and I will put the link. So I will invite a few people. We've got over 1,000 people right now in the chat room. I will invite a few people to come up in the chat with me, ask your quick question, or please talk to the world, talk to the chatters. What are some things that you do that help you sleep well, help you sleep better? Maybe a little elixir you use, a little tip you use, a little herb that you use, or a way that you can get to sleep easier to help these people out there. Because as we get older, it becomes much more difficult to sleep. It's different. So whatever tips that you can give to help me help these people throughout the world. We have a lot of people listening. This will be replayed back on the channel. And if you are new to the channel, I ask you to please subscribe, because there's only one thing I care about, is you, your loved ones, and your family. And that's it. And there's nothing more important than to see people's lives become better, and so they can live a happy life as well, a long life too. So I do invite you to come up on the platform. If you'd like to come up, we'll see you live. You'll be talking live. I did post it, and let me go for the herbs and tell you a couple very important things from my notes I don't want to miss out here. Okay, and let's go right here. So one of my favorite things, believe it or not, there's a lot of things you can do, is magnesium. We talked about magnesium in a lot of our programs. Magnesium helps you relax. It helps the brain, helps the muscles, helps the muscle cramps. Ashwagandha is extremely really good. Ashwagandha helps balance out stresses in the body. For those who have never taken it, it does help promote sleep. Lavender oil is extremely effective. Just the oils, it has a lot of great effects with the brain, helps improve the quality of your sleep. I don't know, people, if you ever tried it, it can really do wonders for you. This is very big out in Southeast Asia. Chamomile tea. There's an antioxidant called apigenin, and along with other compounds, a gamma amino butyric acid, the GABA receptors. These are like the brakes of the brain. It eases you to relax. So if you have a hard time relaxing, chamomile tea can do wonders. Skullcap is actually another one that you don't hear much about, but this will actually give you a better mood, helps reduce anxiety by stimulating GABA, helping to calm the nerves. Passion flower helps the neurotransmitters in the brain as well, helping to relieve anxiety and stress. Valerian root is one of my favorites. This is another great thing that works with GABA in the brain, really helps you relax. Guys, if you've never tried valerian root, I would definitely keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and head for one of our beautiful people called Valencia. How are you?
Hi. Oh, you put me on. How are
Yeah,
you?
you did. You're going to say something real short and sweet.
Oh my goodness, Dr. Mandell, I love watching you. I love listening to you. You are so informative. You're such a positive individual. I really get a lot out of your videos. I really do. Let me ask you something real quick. Blood pressure medicine, metropolol.
Metropolol, yes. It's a beta
Um,
blocker. Beta blocker.
yes, correct. Can how what is the length of time someone could be on it without, or does it do damage to the heart
No.
after a certain amount of time that
To
you're
my
on
to
it?
my to my understanding, to the heart, no, because it is a beta blocker. Now, I'll have to go into that to another program, because there are blockers that block just to the heart. There are blockers that block to the entire autonomic nervous system. But basically, the key thing with beta blockers is that you have your liver and your kidneys, and every drug has a different way of excretion, the way it comes out of the body, every drug. But
Okay.
all I'd say is beta blockers are so common. Some people are on these things for 50, 60 years. They live over 100 years old. And
Okay.
it's probably one of the safest ways lowering blood pressure, because what it does, it blocks the receptors of adrenaline. So when you
Okay.
have adrenaline or norepinephrine or those types of hormones that actually stimulate the heart, it blocks it so it can't get there. So the heart will beat less, it would beat easier, and make it easier to keep your blood pressure down. But I'm a big believer that, many of us are on medications, but I'm a big believer that when you're on these medications, yes, you can come off certain times, but I'm not going to say that in your condition because I don't know your condition. But I will say that it's always good to cleanse the liver, cleanse the kidneys, silymarin, milk thistle for the liver. There's a lot of great things that you could just look into. And I think just having like a detox flush, apple cider vinegar, as well as so many other things to help cleanse, that just keeps you working more efficiently. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All
And
right.
that's
God
what
bless you,
I'm trying
sweetheart.
to do. I'm trying to come off of it.
Yes,
That's
but
my
but
goal.
but work with your doctor. You can implement some herbs. There's a lot of great things, like beetroot is one of my favorite. There's a
Yes.
lot of really
Yeah.
there's a lot of great things out there, but you need to implement it and keep in touch with your doctor. Okay, let's head for Joanne over here. Hello. Oop, let's see where we are here. Okay, hi Joanne.
Hi, how are you?
Great, nice to see you. Where you calling from, or what
New
do you?
York.
Nice.
Yeah, I live in New York. I just actually really wanted to thank you. I got into a much healthier way of living a few months ago, and I had found you on YouTube, and it's now become like a nightly routine, all the information I'm getting from you and implementing in my own life. And I've been using your elixir every night for sleeping with the chamomile tea, the apple cider vinegar with the mother, the cinnamon, and the half squeezed lemon.
Great.
And it's been fantastic. I'm actually going down to make it now before I go to bed.
You notice like a lot of your bloating that anything you notice, any changes, any physiological changes, anything you can share with the people out there?
I'm hoping to see a little bit more of that soon. I've been doing this for about a week and a half, 2 weeks with this
Okay,
tea.
so you're fairly young. Yeah, you're fairly
Not
young
that
at it.
not that young.
No, you're fairly young
Oh, young
using
in
this
it. Oh,
elixir.
yeah, because I find like I've been doing great with training for a 5K. I'm eating
Good.
clean.
Good.
But I just can't get rid of the middle. So I was really hoping, like, I'm trying to incorporate different things with herbs and just all different things to try to reduce the inflammation and
Yeah,
bloating.
the apple cider vinegar, and just make sure you're hydrating more throughout the
Yeah,
day.
I'm at actually about 90 ounces of water a day.
Okay, good. But the more hydration you put in there, the more you're going to flush out. Don't be afraid to drink. And it's a good habit to just do lemon and water throughout the day. That's a great detoxifier. That will help you tremendously. That will
Oh, okay.
debloat you. That will debloat you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, use that. All right.
But
Listen,
I just
thank you.
wanted to thank you for everything.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. You're beautiful. Take care, okay? Stay well.
Bye.
Okay, beautiful. Well, we're moving pretty quick here, and if there's any other further questions, I will take your question, put you up just for a minute or two, because we are going to end it early. Why? Because we got a lot of great information through, and this is going to be, again, posted back on the channel. You can share this, you can send this off to your friends. But again, all the new people are going to want to watch this video. We don't want to keep it too long for here, but we've been coming along with lots of live streams, and you guys have been really on it, because I'm seeing a lot of the same names. What we like to do for the last minute or two, let's go ahead. All my friends outside the United States, all throughout the world, let me know where you're listening to right now. Where are you listening from? Africa, Ethiopia, Asia, Sweden. Okay, we'll let you go ahead, put it in the chat room. I'm going to put you up in front of everyone to let you know that we love you. And let's go ahead and we will do that real quick. So let me know where you are tuning in from. You guys can look here. Hello, UK. Okay, beautiful. Hello, oh my goodness. Australia. All right, we love you very much out there. Thank you very much. St. Lucia, Rhode Island. Oh my goodness, here. South Africa. Hello, Asia. Hello, Ohio. Hello, India, next to India. All right, beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Nice to have you here with us. It's a blessing to have you here. If we didn't put you up, just go ahead and put it through again, because they're moving so quick. I'm sorry, China. I missed you before. We don't see a lot of Chinas up here, but I love you, China. Out in England. Hello, Arizona. Okay, far near Africa. Philippines. Kumusta. Beautiful. All right. Excellent. Hello from Florida. We want to say hello to you. Back to India, Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. Awesome. Singapore. That's so beautiful. I want to say hello to Canada, Pennsylvania. Okay. Guys in the U.S., don't feel bad if I'm not trying to get you. This thing's moving real quick. We just want to get Saudi Arabia, Lebanon. Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for giving us the time of day. Obviously, you are on the other side of the world, so my night is your day. Hello, Cebu. ¿Cómo está, my good friend, Arnil? This is the greatest videographer in the world. He is one of my best friends, and he surprised me. I will talk with him later. ¿Cómo está? Oh, my goodness. You made my day here. Hello, Brazil. Back in India. Hello, Chicago, United States. All right. Well, guys, we love you so much. We really appreciate you just for taking the time. Really, please share this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Most important, please take care of your family. Stay well, stay blessed, and just stay proactive. We love you very much. And just, as I say, just take care. Okay, we know what we're going through out there. We're all going to go through it. I promise you. Much love to you and your family. God bless.